Shalom Akim. I'd like to start by saying all praises and glory and honor be unto Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Double honors unto the apostles of GMS. Salutations to the Akim on the four corners of the earth that are pushing this work in truth and sincerity. This is a quick video that I don't want to make it long. I'm actually in the dojo. It's kind of like a response to examine thyself to see if you're in this truth. And the truth is a proven ground, just like this place that I'm in. People have had their bones broken in here. People have been knocked unconscious. People have been choked unconscious. This is a serious place where I am right now. And, but guess what? All those people come back and they continue to train and do, you got people who compete at the world level are coming in this place, man. And that's nothing to compare to the seriousness of this truth. All right. And so examining yourself is dedication, being dedicated. When you are examining yourself, you're really seeing what you have inside of you, what you're made of, man. All right. And as far as this truth, what you're made of spiritually, and sometimes, man, that demon of doubt attacks you, tells you you're not a man of the Lord. This is not the truth. This is a lie. But guess what, brothers? This is the truth. That's why we get the friction that we get. That's why they're coming against us like they do. Okay? So without any further, man, I'm going to, when you I'm Salakia. My mind is racing all over the place. There's so much going on. But when you're in this truth, man, the Most High is going to give you that spirit to make you want to do this truth. You don't do this on your own, man. All right? What you need to do more than anything else is pray that the Most High does not take your spirit away from you, that if anything, he increases your spirit. And one of the ways you do that is by continually reading, continually doing the work, trying to putting up your videos and doing what's needed of you. And whatever your position is in the body, you need to do it. All right. So without further ado, man, I'm gonna get into this quick lesson. All right, because it's the spirit in me that made me want to do this, man. All right. You constantly want to prove this truth, defend this truth. OK, so I'm going to bring up a couple of historical facts and then I'm going to match them to some scriptures. OK, so this is in 1844. All right. Dr. Samuel G. Morton, in a book called Ancient Egyptica, he did research on 750 skulls, all right, heads, all right? And the study revealed that those craniums, they were the craniums of Negroes. And he stated in that book on page 66 that the position of the Negroes in ancient Egypt was the same as it was in 1844, a position of servitude. Okay, it was a position of servitude, proving that Negroes were the slaves in Egypt. So when you say that the Jews were so-called black, they were. All right? All right? That's defending the gospel. And someone who is examining themselves is going to defend the gospel. Because when a day comes that you no longer want to defend the gospel, the Lord may be taking that spirit away from you. Or it just could be a test, man. All right? But we don't want to end up like Samuel, man. So let's get a scripture to back that up, to substantiate that. See, because it said the earth helped the woman, man. So those who, once again, the eyewitness being the relics. I use that terminology a lot. And the relics, the eyewitness in this, were the relics of the skulls of Israelites themselves. They bear witness to the truth, man. All right. This is Deuteronomy 28 and 68. All right. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. The it was Israel. They would never see Israel again until their power took them back there. Okay. Period. And it says, and in that new land, there ye shall be sold unto your enemies, not your friends, not your countrymen, not your buddy. You shall be sold unto your enemies For bondmen, that means slave man, and for bondwomen, that means slave women, and no man shall buy you. That means redeem you, Dr. James White. You know, this guy's a professor, a scholar, but he tried to read that scripture and say that buy meant, okay, see, no one bought them. See, what he wasn't doing, he wasn't denying that we were saying we were the Israelites. They can't do that anymore. It's too much evidence. As a matter of fact, it just makes you look like a total buffoon to say that we're not. That means that you're completely and totally uneducated, or you're just complete hateful so-called white supremacists, or I'll say Edomite supremacists. And Edomite supremacists know the truth. They just want to push their lie, because that's what the supremacy comes from. Supremacy is based and backed by lies, not truth. Okay. Also, here's another one. The Jewish scholar Jonathan Shorshak, all right, he stated that the Ashkenazi Jews, and this is in a Jewish encyclopedia, mind you, that the Ashkenazi Jews were the biggest traders in the transatlantic slave trade, and that the slave markets were closed on Jewish holidays. All right, he said it was because of because on the Jewish holidays they wouldn't come out because they too busy worshiping, you know, doing all the Judaism, doing that Talmudic stuff. All right. Remember, for the Jewish people, the Talmud is their book that they follow, and the Bible is a front, because they hijacked the name of Israel, and then they started calling themselves Semites instead of Shemites. The word is Shem, and the word is properly spoken Shemites, or Shemitic. And I just watched a video of an Edomite pastor going into that history about the transatlantic slave trade and saying that the African Shemites, because they were only referred to as African because that's what they were after they fled Jerusalem. This Edomite pastor said that the so-called black Shemites fled into Africa and were in Yemen and to the west coast of Africa, and later got taken into slavery on cargo slave ships, making them beyond a doubt match Deuteronomy 28:68. All right, so with that, I'm going to read one more scripture. I'm going to go to Joel, the 3rd chapter, okay? And it says, and they have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for a harlot, and sold a girl for wine that they might drink. Yeah, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon? Those were African people, and O coast of Palestine, all right? It said, and will ye render me a recompense? Like, you going to pay me back for choosing Israel? Okay. And it says, and if you recompense me, swiftly and speedily will I return your recompense upon your own head, because you have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried into your temples my goodly pleasant things. Because they took all the gold, they took all the wealth out of the holy places when they sacked Jerusalem, man. All right. And the children of Judah and the children of Jerusalem, both northern and southern kingdom, both his so-called Hispanic Native American, which I'm a part of those tribes, and the so-called Negroes, all right, who those very Shemitic people that both these scholars, both of these Edomite scholars spoke about, proven with relics, with skulls to prove it, all right? So it's not theory or hearsay, okay? It says, both the children of Judah and the children of Jerusalem you have sold unto the Grecians, the so-called white man, because they assume the nationality of even though they're not the real Greeks, but they assume that nationality, okay? And that ye might remove them far from their border, and they did, all right? Behold, I will raise them up out of the place where you have sold them, and will return upon your own head, your Salakia, and will return your recompense upon your own head. And that time is near, because the Israelites are waking up, man. The Hispanics, the natives, the Negroes are starting to learn and figure out that they are the Israelites. So we're living in that time. That time is here. That time is now, man. So now is not the time to be on the side, man. You need to examine yourself, because you're in this fight whether you want to be in it or not, man. So you're going to get knocked out, choked out, bones broken, whatever, regardless, man. But are you going to fight with your people, or are you going to fight out there in the world, man? Okay? It says, I'm going to read verse 7 again. Behold, I will raise them up out of the place whether you have sold them, and will return your recompense upon your own head. And you better believe, man, there's a price on the head, on my head, and the men like me, on my apostles, man, or the elders above me, man. All right, on the men that they've given me to lead, man. You know, there's a price on all our heads, but here's the other side of that coin. There's a price on our heads regardless, because of who we are. Our very existence is a threat to them. As long as we have seed and can push it out, we are a threat to them. Because, contrary to popular belief, your identity is through the man, through the seed, through the sperm line. Okay? It doesn't matter who your mother is. If your father is an Israelite, then you are an Israelite. Period. Doesn't matter what you look like. Okay? It says, verse 8, behold, I will raise them up out of the place, whether ye have sold them, and return your recompense upon your own head, and I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hand of Judah, and they shall sell them to the Sabians and to the people far off, for the Lord hath spoken this. All right? Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty man, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. And this is what they fear, man. All right? This is what they fear, because now what was done unto us is going to happen unto them, thus saith the Lord, thus saith the Bible, man. And with that, I'm going to say, Shalom.